In this video, I'm going to be talking about the truth about social media. Let's just jump right into it. Yo, what is good, everybody? It's your boy Noah, back again with another YouTube video. Thank you guys so much for tuning in to today's video. If you are new to my channel, welcome. I help people awaken to their true abilities through wellness and spirituality, aka Noah's Ark. And I'm super excited to be sharing this video with you guys today, and I'm actually super grateful as well for those of you who are able to tune in to this video, because in today's video I'm going to be going over the truth about social media. Now, I made a video about this specific topic on my channel a few years ago, and it was actually one of my first videos I think that I did. Not one of my first, but it was, you know, whenever I first started out on YouTube. I made a video of this specific topic, and I want to make a kind of a part 2 to this series because I've learned a lot since then, and I feel like I can bring more knowledge to you in this video when it pertains to social media and how we can actually use social media as a tool rather than something that is going to be for our detriment. And before I get into this video, I actually want to put a disclaimer up that this is only my opinion, right? The Truth About series on my YouTube channel is about topics where I go over my opinion on what I feel is the truth for myself. And so I want to make this clear to you guys because you guys might not agree with this video, and that's 100% okay, right? If you do agree, that's alright as well. But I want to make this disclaimer because I know that a lot of people will try to say that I'm wrong, and that is fair. But I want to preface this video by saying that this is only my opinion, so you don't have to agree with me. And so with that being said, let's just jump right into it. The truth about social media, because social media, in my opinion, is a double-edged sword, right? We can use it to our advantage. It's a great tool that we can use to navigate our life, as well as consume media that is going to uplift and inspire us. While this is true, social media can also be a detriment if we aren't careful with how we use it. What do I mean by that, right? What I mean by how it can be a detriment is that a lot of the times when we are on social media, we tend to see other people's success. We tend to see other people's amazing and great lives that they're living. And we start to play the comparison game, right? Now, the comparison game is when we start comparing ourselves to other people. And this is very natural when we're on social media because we are seeing so many different people's feeds and so many different posts of other people sharing how amazing and great their life is. And I want to come on here today to let you know that the truth about it is most everybody who's posting great pictures and videos of their amazing life, a lot of the times this is only the highlights of their life, right? So we only get a very, very narrow view of what is actually going on in their life. And I'm gonna come out here and say this right now, that most people who post a lot of highlights of their life, and they're posting a lot of things that seem really, really fun, a lot of these people actually are suffering quite a bit, and they're going through a lot of hardship within their life, right? But that's the part that you don't see, you know, because like I said earlier, people only post what they want others to see. So a lot of the times this is only going to be the highlights, and this is what is important when we talk about the truth about social media, because that's what it is. That's the truth about social media, is that most people are only posting what you want to see, meaning that it's not their real life. And while it's fun and while they seem like they're having a good time, oftentimes, like I said before, they're only posting their highlights, right? So us comparing, when we play the comparison game, it really holds no value. You know, we're only doing a detriment to ourselves, right? Whenever we start comparing ourselves to other people, because we're only comparing ourselves to that person's greatest aspect of their life. You know, we're not seeing the struggle, and we're not seeing the kind of hardships and the unfortunate situation of their reality, right? And a lot of people are going through a lot, you know, a lot of people are having it a lot harder than you. And when we start to compare ourselves to other people, whether it be looks, whether it be status, whether it be if they're taking beautiful trips, right, that we feel like we can't partake in, it makes us feel so left out, you know, and it makes us feel like we're not good enough, we're not worthy. And I'll come on here and say this right now, even I go through this, right? I go through waves where I am like, man, if only I could travel, right? If only I could travel more, if only I could have such a luxurious lifestyle, right? But we have to take a step back and understand that by us comparing ourselves to other people, it's only doing a detriment to ourselves. And one of the ways that we can actually benefit from social media is by unfollowing a lot of these people. You know, we don't need to be looking at the lives of a bunch of other people who don't have anything to do with us, right? And how we can use social media as a tool instead of using it as a detriment is to not follow a lot of people, right? This is going to be a very big tip that I use in my own personal life, is just don't follow everybody, right? There's a lot of people who follow way too many people, right? And you don't need to be seeing the feeds of a bunch of random people who you might not even know, right? That's what's great about social media, is that we can use it to our advantage in this way where we can limit the amount of people who we're actually seeing. You know, now how we can use this to our benefit is following people who give you inspiration. You know, you should only be following people who you feel good about. You shouldn't be following people where you feel like you're constantly comparing yourself to their life. You know, because once we follow a lot of these people who have like high status or people who are very beautiful looking, like I said before, they're not living such a beautiful and luxurious life as they put out to social media, right? And through us knowing this, we can kind of start to take a step back and be like, hold on, my life is amazing, right? My life is wonderful. You know, just because I'm not posting on social media as much as these people, I can live a prosperous, abundant, and luxurious life without posting about it, right? I can live a life that is very, very beautiful to me, right? And we have to take a step back and understand that we are powerful. We do have the ability to change our life, right? And it starts by not following a lot of people. This tip has kind of allowed me to only follow and filter out the only people who I get inspiration from and who make me feel good. And these are the types of people that you should be following, you know? Don't follow, like, you know, go to your list right now and unfollow a lot of people who you're like, why am I following this person? You know, if you're looking at somebody's profile and they're making you feel insecure about yourself, and they're always making you feel like you have to compare yourself to other people, you can just simply unfollow them, right? They probably don't even know who you are half of the time, right? So why should we compare our lives to these people, right? We should be comparing our lives only to ourselves, right? How can we get better each and every single day? How can we strive for greatness? How can we live such a prosperous and abundant life? And it starts with filtering out the amount of people who you follow, filtering out the types of people whose content that you're consuming. You know, you should only be consuming people's content that makes you feel good, right? That makes you thrive and makes you feel inspired. This tip alone has helped me tremendously in comparing myself to other people, right? Because instead of comparing myself, I'm getting inspiration that my life is amazing, right? I'm getting inspiration that I can do whatever it is that I want to do in this lifetime, and so can you. Reddit has been a social media platform that I've been using recently, and it's such an amazing app. I actually didn't know about it until recently. My brother put me on, but Reddit is an app where it's very much interactive with people, right? You get to meet a lot of different people. You get to, there's so many different perspectives. It's such a beautiful platform, but a lot of the times when I see, a lot of these subreddits that I see where it's like, am I ugly? Or better looking, you know, how can I improve my look? How can I make myself look more beautiful? We have to understand that this can be a detriment, right? Because this is the comparison game that I'm talking about, right? A lot of these people who are beautiful always post about themselves. How can I look better? How can I do better? And it starts with having confidence in yourself, right? Look at yourself in the mirror. What do you think of yourself as soon as you look at yourself in the mirror? Do you look at yourself and think, man, I could be prettier, I could be better looking, I could be this and that? Well, I'm here to tell you that that doesn't really matter, right? What matters is how you view yourself. And all of us can have a better perception of how we look about ourselves. All of us can view ourselves as a very confident, very beautiful, very sexy person. It's all about how we perceive ourselves, you know, and perception is such a beautiful thing because everybody has a different perception of you, right? And to break the news, there's not going to be everyone who finds you attractive, right? That's not realistic. But what is realistic is you being able to look at yourself and saying, I am confident. Man, who's that good looking person in the mirror? And it starts with just telling yourself that. You know, I had a conversation with one of my coworkers, beautiful conversation, where she was talking about how she used to be very depressed, she used to be very insecure, and she used to just have very big self-esteem issues, you know, and she was talking to me about how one of the things that helped her tremendously was she started looking at herself in the mirror and saying, I am confident, I am beautiful, I am good looking, you know, and throughout days to weeks of her just looking at herself in the mirror every morning and telling herself that, her perception of herself completely flipped over, right? And it was such an inspirational and beautiful story that I wanted to share it with you guys because this can happen to you as well. You know, you can look at yourself and say, wow, I'm a good looking person. Wow, I look great. Wow, my life is amazing, right? We have to it starts with appreciating the small things in our life. Appreciating the small little things that people do for you in your life. And this is going to work wonders in your perception of yourself because reality is all a perception. That's what it is. And it's all about how you perceive yourself, because whenever we perceive ourselves in a very, very high fashion, other people are going to start to see us that way because that's how we view ourselves. Now, I'm going to tell this story about how actually I gained confidence and I looked at myself as beautiful, right? I used to view myself as people who've been on my channel for a while know this story, but I used to struggle with self-esteem issues bad. And I used to view myself as a very awkward person who didn't have any confidence, who struggled with confidence. But something that helped me was kind of like my coworker story. I would tell myself, I used to have I am affirmations that I would keep in my pocket every time I went to work. And on these I am affirmations, it would say, I am confident, I am beautiful, I am powerful, I am sexy, right? All of these beautiful positive affirmations, I would write them on a piece of paper and keep them in my pocket, and I would just reaffirm myself these things each and every single day. And because I had such bad self-esteem issues and I always viewed myself as an awkward person, I started telling myself these things, and throughout a week or two, something amazing happened. And the thing that was amazing was that I actually started to view myself in this light. I started to view myself as a very positive, very confident, very sexy person, very beautiful person. And because I viewed myself this way, whenever I would go into work, other people saw me this way. It was like this magical thing that happened. My life completely changed, you know, and I'm here to remind you that your life can change too by simply telling yourself all these amazing things about yourself, because we have to start reprogramming our subconscious mind, right? Because a lot of the times unconsciously we tell ourselves, oh, I'm ugly, oh, I'm awkward, oh, my bad, I'm just stupid, right? And just by us saying this, it's reaffirming it in our subconscious mind. So our subconscious mind, that's the only thing that it knows. It only knows negativity. It only knows negative self-affirmations. And so when we reprogram our subconscious mind to believing that we are beautiful, we are pretty, we are prosperous, we are powerful, we are confident, once we start telling ourselves these things, it starts to reprogram our subconscious mind, and it allows us to view ourselves in a very positive way, right? And when we view ourselves in a very positive way, we dissolve the need to compare ourselves to other people, right? And this can actually help tremendously with self-esteem issues, and it can help you with comparing yourself to other people online, because I know that that's something that is very common, and it's easy to do with all of these accounts and everybody on social media nowadays. It's so easy to compare yourself to other people. But something that has helped me is doing just that, right? And so we have to understand that social media is a very, very small sliver of people's lives. And because of this, we can actually start to use social media as a tool for inspiration as opposed to a tool for comparison and negativity. Right? And so I really hope you guys enjoyed today's video. I hope you guys gained some type of value from this video. I will tell you right now that I had so much fun making this video. And I'm truly, truly grateful for each and every one of you guys who have been viewing my channel recently. You know, the amount of engagement that I've had within these past few months has been insane. It truly makes me feel alive, and it makes me feel really, really good. And very, very grateful for each and every one of you guys for stopping by and watching my YouTube videos. So I want to say from the bottom of my heart, thank you guys so much. I wanted to give you guys a quick shout out because it truly means a lot knowing that I can come on here, speak my truth, and hopefully help one of you guys better your life and ultimately live the life of your dreams. And so with all that being said, my friends, have a wonderful afternoon, morning, or night wherever you're at, and peace, love, and happiness. Mwah.